Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Clemson's offense will take the first swing of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
He wants to pass it on second down. Quick strike complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff can...
Got a lot of running room. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. They'll go to the ground. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Snags it over the middle. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, you set it down.
Finds a little bit of room, give him a couple down to the 23. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer. Getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Quickly complete. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point splits the upright. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. And the spotlight in this game will undoubtedly be on these star wide receivers, David.
I mean, they're featured, Reese. Like, these guys are going to touch the football a lot. These offenses are built to get them the football, to make plays. We're in for a few catches today, Palmer.
We sure are. When you can get open like these guys can, when you have the speed to take the top off of a defense, you know you're going to see a lot of explosive plays today.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
To throw, it's McCoy. He lofts one down the sideline. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Got his man quickly. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. They'll try the run. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Here's the return. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff to the single back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Steps away. Trying to make magic with his feet. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the red zone, looking for a space. Moving out of the pocket. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the... defense is stopping the run.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping two hands on the ball.
Power football with the run. Running with power. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Might as well stick with him. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap. They've been making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And this is a defense that prides themselves on their ability to go sideline to sideline. It's going to be tough for this offense to go QB option in this game. You just saw the speed of the defense right there getting a big stop.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Trying to find his man on first down. Makes his connection. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Wide open downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
He got it! And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, it's McCoy. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. A relatively short field goal. He gets a hand on it, it's blocked. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Off the play fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's McCoy. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Pocket starts to collapse. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. One more snap coming before halftime. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward to get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Dumps it off in the flats. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Using the quick game. Wolfpack will get the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on first down. It's caught.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Fullback's got it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
The give to the tailback. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They're trying to get to it. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Field goal is good. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
1st down here for the offense.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. A 1st down for the offense. Handoff to the single running back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
He's got his man. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. Reels it in as he goes out of bounds on the right side for a huge play.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the 1st half, and you see it here again early in the 3rd quarter.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. When the play is going absolutely nowhere.
Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen Rod a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Looking to throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. The back goes in motion. Here comes the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To the air, it's McCoy. Zings it complete to the right. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson... And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The hand to the running back.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, when you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the 4th quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his back in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that,
and he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this defense has been flying around. They are everywhere. There's 6 sacks on the day, spreading it around, multiple people coming from every angle. This QB has had a nightmare of a day.
Coming after him. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. He uncorks one deep. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They're throwing for it on fourth down. And that pass intercepted. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Feeling some heat. Trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack.
They finally get him, RD. Goodness gracious. You can see the quarterback broke not 1, 2 tackles. He scrambles outside the pocket. What do you have to do? Just keep chasing, right? Relentless effort. Finally get the QB outside the pocket and get him on the ground.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
this offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. Third down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And now we see on fourth down, people are so comfortable going for it, especially around midfield like this. Find a play you know you like, short yardage situation, one you practiced all week. Go out, execute it. Nice job getting the first down.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting push and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal.
Here we go.
Trying to barge in. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive with a pass. Getting some heat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
They're bringing heat. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
29 Philly, 2-9.
He wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Pitts. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. Going up top on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted in the end zone. No, he's out of bounds. Oh, so close to stopping the drive with a turnover in the end zone. No matter how much college football